There are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They're much more cunning than the other monsters. They pose as humans even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat even though they've never experienced hunger. They study even though they have no interest in academics. They seek friendships even though they do not know how to love. If I were to even encounter such a monster, I would likely be eaten by it. Because in truth, I am that monster. And see.
Well, welcome everyone to our live stream number 5. Just for anyone who hasn't been tuning in before, Western Edge has started doing these live streams really just to create a bit of a platform for us to share conversations and have chats about stuff that's going on with us. The idea kind of came because I feel like we're always having these fantastic conversations that happen inside our rooms and inside like our office where we are here at the substation. And yeah, we're always just thinking it'd be great to bring those conversations to other people and share them because yeah, we work with so many amazing people. So today's live stream, we're talking about and celebrating the collective in training, and we have 4 of the amazing collective here today. Do you want to all introduce yourselves? Maybe starting with Sina, who just did that great monologue.
Hey guys, my name is Sina Ale Brown, and I'm part of the collective in training.
Hi, my name is Chala Mohamed. I'm an actor and I also perform in physical theatre, and I'm also a part of the collective in training.
Hi, I'm Milana. I just joined the collective in training recently, and yeah.
I've got a mic, it's alright.
You've got a mic.
My name is Kiril. I have a boring full-time job and I moonlight as an actor, and I hope that changes very soon and can tell that acting takes up all of my time.
Thank you. Yeah, so yesterday you all did a showcase. That was really fantastic. It was just wonderful to see. So I'm going to read out a little bit about what the collective in training is. As part of Western Edge's professional development stream, Collective in Training is a free 3-year program for young and emerging artists who are serious about exploring a professional future in the arts industry. Kiril, do you want to expand on that? I think we dubbed you in earlier as adding to that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is a program for those who take acting seriously and want to advance their skill and have a pathway open for them in the industry. In that we get mentors and coaches who are also professionals working in the industry as we're speaking. Some of them even actors as ourselves with impressing portfolios. So it's we get knowledge and wisdom from people that have been doing it for a long time, and it's where we want to be headed as well. So it's a great thing to be a part of.
Great. Is there anything you guys? Is there anything you guys want to add to that?
I mean, yeah, I just joined recently, but I've expressed how much I intend to pursue this professionally, and Western Edge has been nothing but supportive in helping us level up and be able to have these opportunities to showcase our talent, to extend our talent, and to also have like a wonderful community of friends and actors. It's really nice that you're not in this alone, and yeah, you can get help, and if you have questions you can ask, our amazing talented people who are working in the industry. Yeah,
totally. So I've got a couple of questions. I've actually got lots of questions. We're going to see how many we can get through. The first one's actually from Anne, who is also in the collective, which is, how did you get involved in the collective in training? Because each of you have got a different path and, yeah, interesting story. How about you?
So in late 2020, I was invited to a masterclass, and Penny was running it in Footscray. And
Shout outs to Penny.
yes, shout
Hello,
out to
Penny.
Penny. Yeah, I attended, and it was really, really interesting. And yeah, I've always wanted to do acting, but during the lockdown, I really had a good think about that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna dive in. Like, why not? You know, this is the time. And I was like, yep, I'm gonna do it. And then from then till now, I'm here. So
Great.
yeah.
How about you, Sina?
I joined Western Edge back in 2018. My cousin Michael just told me about like the Edge ensembles we had in Footscray. To be honest, I did acting back in high school, but I never thought it was a real thing because it was never really like encouraged back in high school. It was just like everyone always said it was just a subject, that's it. But I did always love it. And my cousin, he knew I loved acting, and he was just like, come suss out a class. And I was like, oh, true, okay. And then from then we like created a whole new show that year in 2018 called Lily Butterfly, which we've readapted, and we're going to do again, show it in November, which is really exciting. But since then, I've just been joining a lot of the Edge ensembles, met so many people, and then 2020, Penny called me up, asked me to join Collect, and I was like, yeah, that'd be
Yeah, so
sick.
you're an OG. OG collective.
Yeah, and it's just like, and yeah, it's been real cool. It's been really cool.
Amazing. How about...
I'm actually kind of, I guess, lucky to be a part of it because I was away from Western Edge for a few years, and I gathered up the courage to message Penny, and I said, Penny, I'm missing some life, some fun in my life. I've missed being creative, and my life's gotten kind of boring. Can you please take me back? Is there anything for me to do at Western Edge? And she was very happy that I reached out to her. And my first day back here, we had a big meeting. I think even you were there with everyone, and we just did socializing and getting to know everyone, because there was a lot of new people that I didn't know. One of them being Steven Nicolazzo, our director. And it was a fun day, and after a few weeks after that, probably, John Mark called me and said, hey, Steven said he really liked what he saw in you on that first day when we met each other, and he wants you to be part of this collective in training. I'm like, yes, I'm there. When, what time, what location? I'm there. So yeah, that's my story. I first joined Western Edge 2014 maybe. Yeah, 13, 14. So yeah, I am an OG, I guess.
I joined Western Edge, I think 2019. And I was briefly attending all three edges, I think June or July. And yeah, I was there for work experience because I was absolutely determined to prove, yes, acting is a real job. I will find work experience in acting. Yeah, I will find it. And Western Edge was just absolutely lovely to accept me to do work experience there. And then I came back this year. I was like, I need to come back. And so I've been a part of the community Edge ensembles, where we've been devising our show, Distortion. And yeah, I've just really expressed how much I want to pursue this even further with acting, and if there's any way to be even more involved with Western Edge. And then I was super lucky that I got contacted by John Mark, and it's like, would you like a spot in the collective? And I was like, oh my god, like what a privilege. Yeah, so yeah, that's my story.
It's so cool to hear all these stories because Distortion was amazing, and I almost feel like, maybe next time we should sort of show some clips in the live stream from Distortion and from last night, because it's really exciting and such a joy to watch. And so it's very cool to hear all these stories behind how you all arrived here and how you all came to be part of it.
Yeah, everyone's got like a backstory, a different lore, like a different character arc of how we got in. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we've got the next question, which is, what's one of the skills that you learned in your training that you hadn't experienced before? And can you tell us a bit about the process and how you learnt it? Who wants to go first, or should I just pick someone?
I'll have it. What was that? One of a skill?
A skill that...
One thing that I learned, or I guess it was brought to my attention because I never thought of it before, I guess, is when thinking of a film or a theatrical performance as the whole project, it's easier to think of it as a roller coaster of emotions, so taking the audience through different emotions. But I was taught that as much as possible, that's the way you should approach a single scene as well, in terms of our performance from last night, our monologues. And it's a bit more challenging, but from now on, that's how I always look at a script when I get it in my hand, and I think, how can I put in more emotions from the start, to start it in one way and give a dynamic throughout that one scene. So that's one thing that I'm more aware of now. I guess I wasn't thinking about it before. Maybe I was doing it without thinking, but now I'm aware of it, and that's how I approach scenes from now on. Yeah.
I think every single type of class that we do, there is always something to gather from it. Like I remember I had previously had voice classes, but I had learned from the wonderful Lisa just how to be even more aware of how to use your body and your voice, how to use your diaphragm, how to support yourself when you speak, and how to enjoy speaking when you know how to really use it. And so, yeah, I mean, every single class we've had something that I think I will keep with me all the time. Yeah.
With me, I've learned how to build a character, and that's thanks to John Mark. He assisted me with that and understanding how I can connect with characters, and also put a bit of myself in there as well. So that's something I've learned, and it's a process, and yeah, I'm still progressing with it.
I think you all said it.
Can I say something? Yeah. Just on the topic of John Mark, there's this wonderful thing John Mark told me when I was sort of struggling with self-doubt and that sort of thing. And he told me it's not about you. And it's such a good advice, because then you think about it. How can I serve rather than sort of be self-indulgent in that sort of wallowing of, oh, woe is me. How to actually, see how you can serve the play and how you can enjoy it in not thinking it's about you. So, yeah, I think that was lovely, yeah.
Okay, so another question we have is, who was one of the teachers that left an impression on your practice and artistic development?
John Mark, just as I said.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you want to?
I think all the teachers and mentors that we had throughout the program have been great in their own rights and individual skills and wisdom that they have. If I had to single someone out, I think for me would be Blessing Mogoloa. He just stunned me from the very first second that he met us. He walked in the room and seeing us for the first time, he shook every one of our hands and referred to us by name without us even introducing ourselves. So, and that shows, and he showed that interest throughout the whole every class that we had in him, that he does his homework, he comes prepared, and he expects the same from us. So I took that sort of initiative from him, and I love him for that. That he really cares that we do our best. Yeah, so for me it would be him.
For me, all the teachers actually left the impact on me, but especially Lilyfish. Lilyfish really got me to understand how I can be one with my body. And I believe that in our day-to-day lives, like, we're thinking, oh, what am I going to do next? Or what am I doing today? And when I am performing in physical arts, I'm freed. I'm free to be who I am. I'm free to be as physical as I want to be. And she really helped me connect with that. And yeah, and I will forever be thankful for that as well.
Oh, can I say, shout out to the lead artists. When we were working on Distortion, I mean, every single lead artist and support artist, Kiril, you were a support artist, just the most supportive atmosphere. And every single time when we were playing, just doing games, and we were always learning how to have fun and how to, you know, be supported. And everything you do, it felt that it mattered and that you were supported in what you were doing. And so it was just, a beautiful, beautiful community.
Yeah, it's really beautiful in Western Edge rooms. And how do you feel like it's, I don't know, maybe like a different or complementary experience to maybe more mainstream acting courses or ways of, you know, training in acting? And yeah, how do you feel about this experience with Western Edge? Kind of like what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not, there's, everyone's from different, say, like, acting backgrounds. There could be people who are newer to the scene. There can be people who are just absolutely with the top TV shows and everything. And there is no sense of elitism or anything. Like, no one ever feels like they don't belong or that they have to get to a certain point to have worth or anything. And at Western Edge, it's like a dream, to be completely honest with you, because it's so different from, you're not having to sort of be someone you're not, like, you're not having to always be like on or anything. You can come as you are, and then when you're there, you're actually your best version of yourself without trying to be your best version. Yeah.
Do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, just pretty much along the same lines. It's a very homey atmosphere to be part of Western Edge. And in terms of like the acting in it, like I've taken a bit of acting classes previously, and that was more along the lines of learn your script, come into class, film it, we'll put it on your USB, and off you go. But Western Edge it's just like it's not always about acting. It's sometimes we literally just have time to hang out with each other and even say nothing about acting. We just share our lives. But that's what I love, and it makes me comfortable. And when I'm comfortable, I feel like I'm inspired to perform better. Because sometimes when you get told, or you gotta come and now we're gonna act, I sort of feel pressured. I don't feel like acting right now. Let's just relax. Maybe I want to act later on or tomorrow. Or I don't know. So
you don't have that aspect of like suffering where you have to suffer for the craft, or you're not struggling enough, and then you realize actually enjoying it and having fun and having this team of basically friends to work with, you can actually be your best self without all of that sort of, what's the word, pretentious sort of like suffering.
Yeah, I've got to admit I feel like that's such a big part of Western Edge. Like the idea that, you know, we can work in the arts or we can train in the arts, but, you know, we can just be nice to everyone and be supportive, and, you know, being supportive and making this like supportive, nurturing environment where everyone can feel like their best to, yeah, you know, feel inspired to be creative. It's so important. Like, you don't have to be an asshole or have a stressful environment. But yeah, anyway, I realized that I never introduced myself. So, which is true, right? So my name's Kim Sari Williamson, and I work for Western Edge. I'm the development manager, so I often write about all these beautiful people. But the highlight for me is really going and seeing the shows or seeing things, because I don't get to be in those rooms all the time. I just have to like write about them and tell stories about why they're so amazing and what we're up to and everything. So yeah, this is like a highlight for me, getting to actually talk to you guys and hear about, yeah, behind the scenes and how it feels for you and your experiences. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that last one? I forgot what the question was, but
Just being part of Western Edge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sina?
Where has always been like a safe space for me, I guess. I look at it as my acting family. You know, it feels good to come here and just like chat with people that like are doing the same stuff as you, and like that are learning and just coming to learn together as well, and knowing that I don't have to be perfect in this and the best actress ever. You know, they've really helped me like really see the potential I have, you know, and really helped me be more confident with my skill and to accept it as well. But yeah, that's where for me.
That's really beautiful. Okay, so many more questions. I wonder which one we should pick. How about where do you see yourself in the future? That was one from you on Instagram. Does that feel like a good one? Where do you see yourself in the future? All right, here we go.
Let me answer my own question.
Answer your own question, mate.
Look, as I said before, I definitely want to see myself. You know what? I'm not gonna say want. I am seeing myself in the future
Sure.
as a full-time actor. That's the next step that I'm focusing, the transition from that boring full-time job that we talked about, and make the leap into full-time acting. So yeah, hopefully it comes sooner than later, but it's a waiting long game. So I'm aware of that. So, but I'm ready for everything that's to come. Yeah.
Nice. I'm looking to do full-time acting and also performing in physical arts as well, full-time. Yeah, I believe that's my avenue. And yeah, I still want to act. Acting is fun. So yeah, that's me.
Nice, Sina.
Thanks.
Oh, the future.
Future.
I'll be real with you. I don't like this question. I hate thinking about the future. When Kiril was asking me before, I was like, I hope I'm alive. Let's start with that.
That's a good one to start on.
But yeah, I do see myself being an actress. Let's stick with that.
That'll do.
In the future, I see myself in the future. I don't know. I mean, I would sure hope that I'm continuing to be pursuing this and to be in like really well written, cared about pieces of art and storytelling. So yeah, just continually doing that. And don't we would all love to be professional, you know, living in it. Yeah.
I think a good question that follows on from that is, what inspires you to act?
I think someone else should go.
All right, Kiril.
What inspires me to act? Well, I like acting because I like evoking emotions into people. I love the feeling after a performance when someone comes up to me and says, wow, that really spoke to me, that moved me in any way, whatever emotion I invoked, whether it was just a single little laugh. I think that's what humanity is about, to just spread something among us, you know. And then what was it? What inspires you to act? Something I wanted to add is who inspires me in what was I going to say? Is looking at the previous collective members.
Yes, good point.
And what they're doing and how much they're advancing in their careers inspires me very much, knowing that we're walking the same path. As long as we do the hard work, we can get there just as them. It's within reach. So
Can you give a few examples of some of the amazing things that the Sub-30 Collective are doing?
well, yeah, just last night I was congratulating Michael on his role on what was it called? Something Colin Accountant.
On Binge?
It is on Binge. Yeah. And then Russ Samuel also apparently just booked a role on the new Planet of the Apes movie. Yeah, those are probably the two biggest things in acting now. But they all like I know Yao. He's a musician as well. I think he's got a new song out. He's doing very well in music as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, everyone's just got these amazing careers, and we've been working with them, and they've been supported by them, and so it's so inspiring to see that what you want to do and achieve is actually possible. I remember going to the St. Kilda Film Festival to see Sammy's film, and just being like inspired to see how you can put your mind to making and creating things and being a part of things, and for it to be, you know, possible. Yeah, within reach, as you said. Yeah.
I like the concept of storytelling. Whether you tell it in a physical sense, whether you tell it through a narrative or dialogue or even a monologue, that concept is so interesting, because I believe that in everyone's lives, we'll have a story to tell. Yeah. And I think that concept should be expressed. And it's important, because you don't want to live your life and your story not told. So yeah, that's what inspires me.
I just want to add, I realized I only mentioned the guys from the previous collective training. We should probably give a shout out to the ladies as well, Lee and Betty L. They're writing for a web series for ABC. Amarachi's got her own play that she wrote that she got a grant for, and is in the works to putting it on the floor. So all the previous collective members have got big things going for them. Yeah, that is very inspiring.
Yeah.
And also how they assisted us with play this year, Distortion. I would like to thank them, because they really helped us get out of our comfort zones in certain aspects of the play, and it was interesting with their past knowledge as well. It really assisted us to become better actors on the day.
And can I add, everyone had some amazing way to support us. With every background that each artist and support artist had, there was something to bring within yourself. And then I think then when I'm introducing someone else to acting or helping someone else, I can then pass on sort of things, and it's nice to sort of have that. And yeah, I was gonna say something else, and I forgot now what it was gonna be. But yeah.
Sina, did you want to talk about what inspires you? What inspires you to act?
Sorry, I'm not good at talking. I was thinking about this question. There's there's a lot of people in my life that have inspired me. But the one thing I think that mainly inspires me is that I genuinely enjoy acting. It's so fun for me, and I just love to entertain people. You know, my family, they call me a bit of a clown. I like to make people laugh. And I guess I like to make people feel stuff, and I think that's what
Mike,
really inspires me. Sorry.
so everyone can hear you.
That's me.
You want to create an impact. I think ultimately what inspires me is when I see a film, or I love watching behind the scenes, and me and Clarice were both talking about how we like to watch Lord of the Rings behind the scenes, and seeing how people care about what they make. And that's what we want to do, is to really, really respect what you're making and to impact your audience through it. Yeah. Invoke something. And I remember working with you, Chala, as well. And I had been given the advice, you know, impact your scene partner, give them something, and then you're feeding each other and then the audience as well. Yeah.
And also, going off what you were saying, how does CIT challenge you? What's something that, how have you found it challenging? Any thoughts on that?
In terms of challenge, this has been mentioned to me by a few different people. I don't get a particular face in my mind at the moment, but I was told to say yes to things that I'm sort of afraid of, or that I think are going to be hard and challenging for me. To give an example, one of our mentors was Sananda, who does stand-up comedy and more importantly improv, and I think improv is one of my not so strong sides. At least that's what I think of myself. So if given the choice previously, probably I would have just said no, but recently it's been brought up to me that I should take on to things that I'm scared of and challenges, and I approached Sananda's classes with that mindset. I said, you know what, let's do it. I'll get up on the floor. Yeah, what do we need to do? I'm there. And more often than not, I surprised even myself at how capable I am and just what comes out, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So yeah, just challenge would I say say yes to things that you're afraid of.
Yeah, I feel the same sort of thing. A thing is, I tend to think sometimes like, I can't do this. Like, we all think this in any sort of art or anything that you're doing. And to have sort of the discipline and the support to still go through with it, even if you're afraid or, this is not going to be good, I'm going to be bad at this. And to still go through with it is a challenge that I've been learning to do. Like sometimes I was thinking maybe I shouldn't do the showcase, like I'm not ready or something like that, and to still go through with it and see that you can do it. Yeah, amazing.
To bounce off what Milana just said, I spoke to her about how our performances were a bit different to everyone else's, and I believe that why not? Why not do a physical performance when everyone else is doing a monologue? Why not? Why not try something that's out of your comfort zone and also out of the ordinary, so people can actually connect with you in a different light, than the conventional light. So yeah, that's why I believe you should step forward and actually embrace it. Like, embrace the tough situations and try to put yourself in that uncomfortable place so then you can see where you're at, So yeah. You want to add to anything?
That's good.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much what we just said. Yeah, just going through, realizing that what you're thinking isn't perhaps what is happening, if that makes sense. You can be stuck in your own head. At least with me, I find that. And to have someone on the outside be like, no, even if it's just one piece, like you can do it. You can do it. You know, to realize how you can serve, and it's not about you, even though you're a part of it.
Yeah, even yesterday Faye was saying, I was like, it was fantastic, and Faye was like, you know, we were all like really like stressed and hyped, and I was like, it looked effortless, and everyone looked just so confident, and yeah, it was really great to see. But yeah, that kind of thing. Speaking of which, can you tell us about how you felt after the showing yesterday, and what it felt like to have an audience witness you?
The showing, anytime I have a show on, I'm always like on high. But after the showing yesterday, I felt really good. I was a bit bummed out because it was done so quickly. I was like, damn, I want to do this again. But it felt really cool to show something that we all worked on together to like different people, and like it felt good how like we got a lot of compliments afterwards, and just a lot of people were like talking to us. Like a few of like I was a bit doubtful of my performance, but like so many people were like so amazing afterwards, so I felt really good.
I love your performances. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not good at talking.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
So I felt real good afterwards because, especially with one of my monologues, it's not something that I'm used to, like getting to that specific character. So I felt good about it after, because I was like, okay, it's different, but I've explored it. And now I know where I'm at, and I can explore some more, and I want to play some more. So, yeah.
Truth be told, I was concerned, as I am often with performances. I was thinking, will this be impactful and worth watching? But then I'm like, okay, I need to stop thinking like that. It's not about you. So it's always that sort of going back to that. You can't control sort of the audience, but yeah, you've gotta find the fun in things, and that's something I'm working on. Yeah.
So did you have fun last night?
Yeah, I did. I think I could have the way I think I should have had more fun. But otherwise it was fun. Yeah.
That's good. For me, it was a long time since I've been on a stage and performing. So I did get a big adrenaline rush both during and after. And I might have even gotten too much of a high afterwards, because I woke, on the lines of what Sina was saying, I woke up this morning a bit bummed out that it's over. And I know we still have classes going on. We're probably going to put on another performance. It's not the end of anything, but it was just that I guess I was on too much of a high last night, and the difference in atmosphere to this morning when I woke up and I had to go to my, full-time job. It's just, it's miles away. So I just hope I get to feel more of that more often. Yeah.
I would like to thank everyone that have come down last night and supported us, because they brought the energy, and that actually gave us energy when we were performing. And I really felt that. I really felt all those eyes when they were looking at me, looking at my fellow artists. Yeah, it was a sense of we're here with you and we're here to support you on your journey. And yeah, I'd like to thank them for that.
Yeah, and shout out to Stephen, Penny, and Reese for yesterday. Just amazing work, and just the amount of support, beautiful. Yeah,
it felt like a really it just flowed really well, the whole show. And I feel like I wasn't sure what to expect, but I feel like the whole time everyone was kind of like on the edge of their seats, and yeah, I was really enjoying it. It was fantastic. So I do have a question, particularly for Chala, because when I was chatting to all of you guys beforehand saying, what should we talk about? Let's come up with some questions. The question that came up with you was, what was going through your head with your physical theatre piece? So do you want to talk about that a bit?
Yes. As soon as I got on stage, I was like, this is me. I know it felt a bit weird, but it was like, this is me. And then when I got into my actual cultural dance, I was like, this is me. Like, this is me to the core. And I want to share that with everyone. And also, when I got into my further other movements, I felt as though everyone was actually performing it with me. I know it sounds a bit strange. Like, that's how I felt, because everyone's eyes were so locked in. And I was like locked in with them, not in an awkward way. But it was a very, very good connection, and it made me explore like myself a bit more as well, even whilst I was performing. And that's why I was like, it felt amazing after. I was like, yes, like, that high. Damn, it was so good.
So, all of you have joined at different times in the collective. How do you feel like you work as a collective now? Like, does it feel like you're a collective?
I think that's sort of, again, going why I was bummed out, because I felt so like in a loving presence of everyone that was there last night. I just missed the people that, like what I said, well, when I woke up this morning, I missed the people that were around me last night. So I was like, okay, that's why I was happy about doing this, because I'm like, at least I've still got something interesting to look forward to today, seeing some of the same people. So yeah, I do feel cohesion in our group for sure.
I really feel connected with these guys, especially when Sina was dancing my cultural dance with me. Penny was dancing with me also. This man right here as well, dancing as well. And everyone giving it a go. Like, I felt so connected, and I was like, yes, these are my people.
Sorry, quickly. Shout out to Stephen for being so patient with us, because we are such idiots sometimes together. Because, like, we just, like, being together, I feel like we've really, like, grown together as a group, and, like, we've become really good friends, and, like, we get really excited being with each other, and then we start to play with each other, and then Steven's like, yo, man, the show. We're like, oh, yeah, sorry. But, like, shout out to Steven for being so patient with us, and sorry again.
We secretly all hate each other. No, we don't. No, we've been told how beautiful we all sort of fit in and work with each other, even though some of us have only just joined the last quarter of this year. Me and Anne, I think, and John. Yeah, so we all joined really recently, and yet we all are working together as though we had been always together. I think a few people have said, and I feel the same.
Yeah. And how do you feel like, maybe especially for those who've been in it a little bit longer, how do you feel like maybe you've grown from the start or evolved, or, as you've been like learning and training? Yeah. Any comments on that?
Sina and Chala have been in it for the longest, yeah? So you...
Yeah, being here from the get-go, I guess, it's our group right now is pretty solid, and it's no hate to whatever to previous members or anything, but, like, I feel like our group right now, it's just like, it's really cool to work with committed people that are committed with you, that are there, that are present with you. I don't feel alone here, that I'm doing this, but I can always fall onto someone else.
And supported.
Yeah, exactly. I can rely, I can trust my group members to be there for me. You know what I mean? Yeah, been really cool.
For me, it's like the exploring phase is a scary phase for a lot of artists, and having the right people around you is important. And these guys actually make it easier for me as an artist, because throughout the training, went through a lot of uncomfortable transitions and become an actor, and I felt as though I was in a safe space. So yeah, I really, really like that.
I'm not a long-time member by any means, but coming back from the community edge ensembles, I was like, oh no, like once it ended, I was like, what am I going to do now? Like what, like I need that vibe again. I really needed those sort of weekly sessions to gather up with everyone. And so now that has been able to happen. And so that's just beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. So to cap off everything, can each of you describe 3 words that you would use to describe your experience with the collective in training and with Western Edge? 3 words.
Just 3 singular words, or do they have to connect and...
Yeah, they can just be separate words or connected.
Inspiring, exhilarating, and fulfilling.
Hope, support, and exciting.
Growth, connection, and strength.
Everyone has good words, man. I was like, fun, happy, and fun again.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's great. So also want to shout out to Faye, John and Anne, who aren't chatting here but did an amazing job last night and are part of this fantastic collective. What else is coming up? Lele, it's now just called Lele, I think, is showing on the 24th to the 26th of November. So everyone should come along, grab a ticket. It'll be amazing. Just celebrating you guys and this fantastic showing that they did yesterday. And thanks for coming and having a chat.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, hopefully maybe like in a year we can have another chat about how everything's, progressing, evolving, and your experiences and everything.
Yeah. Thank you for the live stream, and don't forget to like and subscribe this video. We want to get 1,000 likes for this. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Any words? Bye.